Hi, welcome. I am Toby, Resilient AF Midlife Mama, and I want to talk today about keeping your window open. Yep, I said window. So I'm talking about this, I want you to visualize a window, okay? Not the kind that opens in, the kind that opens up and down. All right. So I was turned on to the idea of the window of tolerance, which is a Dan Siegel thing, by a dear meditation teacher in a meditation group. We were sitting in a circle on the floor, and she started drawing this like rudimentary thing on the floor and describing this window of tolerance. And I was like, whoa, this just gives me so much clarity about so many things, about where I was, where my kids were, like all the things. So it was like one of those life-changing aha moments. And since that, I have really paid a lot of attention to where my window is, and I've also started calling it my window of resilience, because resilience is my thing. So anyway, okay, you've got your window visualized. Let's talk about it. So at the very top, okay, we've got the sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight thing that goes on, um, which for everybody looks really differently. And for you, it could be a clenched jaw. It could be like panic attack, anxiety, fear, um, too much energy, um, not sleeping, like that sort of manic behavior that, like, I just, kind of working off the energy of fear and panic. Um, for me, food always played into this too. So I don't know, eating to calm down, to try to get my energy down. Like, I don't know, chocolate is soothing, isn't it? So, um, so that is like at the top of the window. So then let's talk about the bottom of the window. The bottom of the window, or the parasympathetic nervous system, is that like checked out. So maybe you're laying in bed, or you're zoning out, your body is physically shut down. Maybe your libido has gone down. Maybe you've got like this numbness, you've got lack of energy, you're exhausted, you're slow, you're just like, I give up, checked out. And again, the food can play into it because you're eating to fill the void. This is where a lot of emotional eating happens. You're eating to fill the void, you're eating to feel some sense of enjoyment because everything just feels so numb, like you're just stuck in that place. And chocolate is soothing, but it's also exciting. So clearly, chocolate's my issue. Anyhow, um, let's talk about what's in the middle. In the middle is that window of tolerance. Okay, so the goal is to keep that window open and be in that window of tolerance, because you see what happens is if you're on the top or the bottom in that fight, flight, or the bottom freeze, if you're in those modes, your brain has shut down, your executive functioning is not working, you can't do the things. And it's not that you're lazy, you just can't do the things because you're you're off. And then you spin in like the guilt and shame and worthlessness because you're not doing the things. And this is where problems start. When you're not able to keep your window open, that's where problems start, with food issues, disconnection in relationships, um, scrolling on social media, or, alcohol, drugs, self-harm, suicidal ideation. I mean, there's so many addictions, right? That so many places where we go to fill that void. Or to find ways to calm us. So the goal is to keep the window ajar. So, um, what happens in that window? When the window's open, it's like the safety zone, right? It's where communication and connection occur. It's where those feelings of love and peace and joy and patience and self-awareness and self-control, and it's where we're able to have focus and logic and reason and problem solving and all of those things. It's where we have our optimal energy, and it's where we're most resilient. Mhm. So the goal, again, is to keep the window open because there is a normal fluctuation, kind of like a roller coaster ride that occurs within that window. So we touch the top and we touch the bottom when life gives us those, when things happen, we touch them. If you can go in and go out, that's okay. And we have tools to help us to stay in the window and tools to help us so that when you touch the top or the bottom, you bounce back. It's when we get stuck in the top or the bottom that we have issues. So, ways that you can keep your window open. Movement. Movement is a wonderful thing. Any kind of movement, doesn't matter, whatever brings you joy, whatever feels good in your body. Music, and of course, dancing is the movement that can go with the music. Meditation, mindfulness, me time. Who doesn't love me time? But being able to ask for me time, being able to create that space for yourself, so important. Then there are other tools. Mel Robbins, 54321. It's a great one. And Aroma Freedom. Aroma Freedom is my tool of choice, especially, it doesn't even have to be a whole session. It can be an Aroma Freedom reset because you can just quickly turn off the fight, flight, freeze mode. You can switch gears in your brain just like that with a really brief, like 30-second aroma reset. It just cuts it off, done. And you're back in the window. Oils. I use my oils for that all the time. You should have oils. I don't know how you all are doing life without oils because that's another way you just can you can put them in the diffuser and it helps to calm all things and stay in the window. And water. For me, water has always been great. So maybe you want to take a bath, an Epsom salt bath, or going for a swim sometimes. Sitting by the ocean always brought joy. Going to the gorges where I live, being by the waterfall. There's something about water that's really soothing, and the resilience of the water, right? The water finds its way wherever it needs to go. It'll go around the rocks, it'll go under the rocks, behind. It finds its way. It's really cool. So if we can learn to be like water and ride that wave in the window, it's a beautiful thing. So that's what I've got for today. So keep your window open, be resilient, and I'll see you soon.